Hey, Monday, man. Thanksgiving. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, lots to be grateful for.
Is there really? We're going to get to that with Adam Robinson. We're going to talk about the biggest turkeys and the things you're thankful for in the supply chain. I don't know if you guys know Adam Robinson from, I think it's pronounced Cerasis, but very social media active marketing manager. Got a lot of knowledge points.
How can I soar with eagles when I'm flying with turkeys, Dooner?
Speaking of social media, I was making fun of the Cybertruck when I first saw it.
You were definitely hating.
I was a huge hater, and I went through the 5 stages of Cybertruck, which is revulsion, which is where I was Friday. I think Saturday, by the time I was on Sirius XM radio, I was kind of in that state of confusion. I was like, I think like maybe I like it, because I was thinking like when I was a kid, my dad used to show me his car magazines, and it would show you prototypes of cars, and they would never make those cars. But as a kid, and they would always kind of look like Cybertruck, like spaceships. And now they actually made one. So I went to acceptance, and I was like, you know what? I can't hate it. The specs are good. The price is good at the entry point. It was, you said $70,000, but that's only if you want like the super jacked up one.
That's what they were saying.
Well, it starts at 40, and it goes all the way up to 70,000. Yeah, it's pretty reasonable for a Tesla.
It sure is.
Yeah, so then I fell in love. I was like, it's so ugly and memeable and stupid that I kind of love it. Then I saw it in black, and I was like, you know what? $100 deposit. Fully refundable, but I got my deposit down on my Cybertruck. And you know what? More than 200,000 people already do.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. We're going to decide whether that's a big deal or a little deal. I liked it from the beginning, but I didn't put down a deposit.
Yeah. Well, it's only $100. You can get it back.
I just had acceptance, and I stayed at acceptance.
What is something that you kind of like hated at first, but then turned around on?
Well, I will say for sure, I can say studying.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, isn't
you
that
like
fair?
studying?
I ended up loving it with a passion.
Yeah.
But
you were a teacher.
It turned going to grad school. I almost failed out of high school, but boy, then I got it.
Yeah.
And also, I would say I first hated the 1995 Jayhawks album, the Tomorrow the Green Grass, and then it grew on me and became one of my favorite albums of all time.
Know who I don't hate? Our people. Got you all up on LinkedIn. You look at yourself. Well, that's us, but you see it comes.
Also,
you guys are
With
beautiful.
Her, you know a song that I hated and then grew to love was With or Without You by U2. Did you like that in the Joshua Tree?
No, I don't. I'm kind of out on YouTube because in Boston they just play it way too often.
Oh.
Like in bars and stuff.
It went from love to hate in that case, not hate to love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Well, I guess it's we've got some great headlines today, but I guess before that we better pay our bills.
Yeah, someone I don't hate is truckstop.com. I didn't have to go to like them. I've always liked truckstop.com.
Thankful for them.
This episode is brought to you by truckstop.com, the world's most trusted load board. Want to find the best carriers at the best rates? Well, do you?
Yeah.
See market data, build relationships, and grow your business with truckstop.com. Visit truckstop.com today for more information.
It all began with a vision. Yeah, it did. Truckstop.com.
Wow. And we got a lot of crime in the supply chain today. We got U.S. fined shipbuilder over $75 million in a bribery scheme. Level of crime in the supply.
Yeah, I guess.
Crime chain.
Are we thankful for crime for giving us good headlines?
No. I mean, that's a slant, I guess. One of the world's biggest shipbuilding companies agreed to pay $75.5 million to settle an investigation into a bribery scheme involving the sale of $640 million offshore drilling ship, a $640 million offshore drilling ship to a Houston-based ship chartering company. The shipbuilder, South Korea-based Samsung Heavy Industries. Samsung, man, they do a lot. They're one of those companies like Maersk. They're
into some
everything.
some heavy stuff.
Well, they admitted to conspiring with others by providing approximately $20 million in commissions to a Brazilian intermediary, knowing that some of the money would be used to bribe officials in Brazil's state-owned energy company Petrobras, according to the U.S. Department of Justice.
The Petrobras officials then used the money to, quote, secure improper business advantages, and caused the energy company to enter into a contract to charter Samsung's heavy ships from the Houston charterer, Pride International, now part of London-based Valaris PLC, which helped Samsung Heavy execute the sale of the ship, known as the Insco DS5. Did you follow all those names? The bribery and conspiracy, which violated the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, naturally, occurred between 2007 and continued until 2013 and involved payments made through banks in, you guessed it, Switzerland and Monaco.
Yeah.
You might have not guessed the Monaco part.
Oh, I may have.
You might have.
Yeah.
I bet you would have guessed Switzerland.
Oh, now for my metal band, Russian corruption.
Yeah. If we're going to make one, let's make it Russian corruption. Former Nuke Material Transport Logistics executive guilty of bribery. The U.S. Justice Department said that the former head of a Maryland-based company that specializes in the transportation of nuclear materials was found guilty in a district court on November 22nd of bribing a Russian government official for contracts. After a 3-week trial, the court found Mark Lambert, who was co-president of Transportation Logistics at the time of the alleged wrongdoing, guilty of 4 counts of violating the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, 2 counts of wire fraud, and 1 count of conspiracy to violate the FCPA and commit wire fraud. Lambert, 56, is scheduled to be sentenced by U.S. District Judge Theodore D. Chuang of the District of Maryland on March 9th, 2020.
All right, according to some of this evidence over a 10-year period, 2004 to 2014, Lambert participated in a scheme to bribe Vadim Mikirin, a Russian official at JSC Technobexport? Technobexport.
Bless you.
How would you pronounce that? Texnab Export? I'm going with Texnobexport, a subsidiary of Russia's State Atomic Energy Corp. Lambert and initially, so they did these briberies. They set up a bunch of shell companies, and I like that they were using on the invoices things like lucky figures instead of monetary amounts. But like a figure is kind of an amount. I don't know. I don't think anyone got tricked by it, and maybe that's what happened here.
Oh, strange.
We're hearing about retail all the time, right? Being a race to the bottom, people trying to get that one-day, same-day delivery to compete with Amazon. Well, e-com is a race to the bottom for grocers, too. The push to dominate the nascent e-grocery market has in some markets spawned a race to the bottom that is hurting the bigger players and crushing smaller grocers, according to Enrique Dans, a professor at Spain's International University. Writing in Forbes, Dan professes to be unclear as the motive of the big e-tailers to lose money on every fresh grocery shipment, other than it becomes a net positive for one of them to lose on every transaction in return for cornering the market because of these low price points. So they're trying to squeeze people out of business?
How low can you go? Sounds like an Amazon strategy to me. And it seems like everybody with a Frozen 2 toy license are flooding retailers with
Well, no, the damage is especially noticeable in markets like New York City, where Walmart UnitJet.com confirmed last week that it would stop deliveries of fresh products to focus on dry goods because it's losing $20 on each delivery. So that's pretty substantial.
Thanks for catching me up on that. Yeah, I missed that paragraph. Details. Yes. So it is a race to the bottom with those groceries. It does sound like an Amazon plan, and I don't know. Is it survive in advance?
I guess so.
But it also seems like everybody with a Frozen 2 toy license are flooding retailers with inventory. Wall Street Journal's Paul Ziabro reports that Hasbro won't let it go after inventory shortfalls besieged the first film.
For the first time in forever, Anna and Elsa dolls for everybody. But that wasn't the case. Empty shelves and shortages snapped the Frozen toy line supply chain, but the House of Mouse won't make that mistake again as they've slapped a Frozen 2 logo on everything. Even my bananas, Chad. I'm not even kidding. Like the bananas I was eating today, they had Elsa's
There are so many
Elsa's the one that does the ice, right? Anna's the redhead.
Yes.
Have you seen that movie?
The first one.
Okay, not the second one yet?
No.
You went to see the Joker instead, right?
Yeah.
You didn't bring the kids to that one, did you?
I brought my almost 14-year-old boy who wanted to go.
Okay, all right.
With some of his friends, and what do you know? They thought it was too dark afterwards.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. But Frozen 2 toys are third in sales this season already with the movie just coming out. Similar strategy to, George Lucas actually, he pioneered, from the beginning, like when he was trying to get Star Wars to be taken as a movie and he kept getting all these rejections, he had a plan to release his Star Wars action figures as a part of it. And did you know that the Star Wars action figures have by far outsold actual movie sales? It's incredible.
Oh, yeah. And Harrison Ford took a piece of that action. He did.
Oh, he did early on?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, what's kind of amazing about it, too, is that the toys weren't even made at the time. I don't know if you guys know this story of Star Wars toys. There's actually a great show on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us. It tells you the backstory, but they wouldn't have them in time they wouldn't have them in time for the holiday season, so you could buy like a voucher. So you would get like, and this was before gift cards and gift certificates were a thing. So as a kid, you'd be getting it's kind of like, I don't know, I have like my Cybertruck voucher now, but I'm not going to get it for 2 years.
Wow.
Gives me time to save up.
Are you really going to go for it if it comes around, or are you going to just return that deposit?
I mean, it's very polarizing, right? And one day, like, I might just turn on it. That love might just go right around the turnstile. But at the moment, I'm really into it, and I like that camper thing that it has.
I think if I'm taking the over-under, I'm saying under, don't think you're going to follow through.
Why would you say that?
I don't know.
My lease is up in 2021, so I have the opportunity. All right, let's call Adam Robinson up and see who the biggest turkeys are and what we're thankful for in the supply chain.
Is there anything you like?
I very like turkey.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Adam. What's happening, Adam? You're on the What the Truck party line, man.
Hey, man.
How's it going? We were just
happy to be on. How's Mr. Chad and Dooner doing this great Monday Turkey Week day?
Yeah.
Doing great, man. Lots to be thankful for, including having you on the line right now.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Adam, where are you? Where did I just dial? Where are you right now?
I am in sunny Frisco, Texas, a suburb just out of Dallas-Fort Worth, one of the big hubs for turkeys moving through the country.
Wow.
Right?
Have we called one of the right people then?
By the way, who's ever running our camera today, do a better job. I'm watching you guys. Jeez. Zoom in a little bit here. What are they doing? Adam, you want a job over here running a camera?
I think it's the Mevo.
I sure could. I only have 2 or 3 right now.
All right. Do you know what the average American... So we're going to talk about what we're thankful for in the supply chain, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'll give my first thanks, right? I'll do the sermon at the table. You know what I'm thankful for? Thanksgiving itself, the Thanksgiving supply chain, Chad.
You're thankful for Thanksgiving.
Well, I'm thankful for the Thanksgiving supply chains that exist. And this is a chance to give thanks to it because the average American spends $185 on Thanksgiving dinner. Did you guys know this, though? 50 million turkeys are moved through the supply chain in reefers or otherwise.
Wow.
Did you also know that the third largest turkey manufacturer, Cargill, is using blockchain? And did you also know...
Yes, I did know that.
Did you know that more than 50 million pumpkin pies will be eaten on Thanksgiving?
That's gross.
Did you know they make pumpkin pie hummus now?
You know what I'm grateful for? That I don't have to eat pumpkin pie hummus. Oh!
Well, I can tell you what Dooner has made the ultimate tear-up for today's ages, and that is eating pumpkin pie hummus inside of your Cybertruck while protecting yourself from thrown bricks from afar, because that's what is really what America's all about.
What?
Yeah, well, what is it about those windows? I mean, let's say that was just a publicity stunt and the expectation is that they are really going to be bulletproof. I mean, why do we need them to be brick-proof or bulletproof?
What? Because, well, I mean, what if something happens?
That many turkeys, you have to expect that perhaps the turkey army is forming as we speak.
Okay.
And for us to enjoy that sweet, sweet pumpkin pie hummus, we need to protect ourselves from the mob of turkeys.
What are you?
You were just waiting for that.
What are you thankful for, Adam?
Well, I got to tell you, I say it every day, anytime I can, on the Freight Project podcast or anybody I talk to. It is tough out there for a shipper, and all the stuff that we eat, that we touch, that fills our bellies with memories of grandma's cooking, most likely arrived on a truck. And for those shippers and those truckers to work together to make sure that we have happy memories, I'm absolutely thankful for those entities who do it. I didn't appreciate it when I came into the industry, and not enough Americans know about that. And so I'm thankful for the industry.
Cowbell for
all the drivers out there, especially those who have to work through the holidays and don't get to see their families so that you can eat those. I think, Chad, how many of those 50-plus million pumpkin pies are you eating? Are you a pumpkin pie guy?
I am not.
Oh.
No,
shame.
I'm not.
Shame.
I do it out of obligation. I'm thankful that I don't always have to eat those.
You know what? It's a cardinal sin to not serve. Like, I've told my wife this, and she doesn't understand. But like, it is offensive to serve pumpkin pie without whipped cream.
Well, you need that, and also if it's in the form of cheesecake, like cheesecake pumpkin pie, I can do that. I can do that.
I can do that.
Adam, since you are, we're getting kind of serious here with things we're thankful for in the supply chain. I have to say that you're right. I overlooked those truckers on the road. I'm about to get on the road, go to Missouri, and I can't say that I'm particularly thankful for that drive. But while I'm there, I will identify like every kind of truck. I'm aware of those drivers and what they're doing during the holiday season. In fact, about a year ago, I interviewed a bunch of them on the road, and it just seems like it's a challenge driving in the winter, driving to get our turkeys and everything else there. So shout out to the drivers. I'm grateful for them. One of the most common jobs in the United States, being a truck driver. The most common in 29 of our states.
Yeah. Okay, guys, how about this? Who are our biggest turkeys? I'm going with e-scooters. I could have gone with the trade war. There's a lot of things I could have gone with. I could have gone a little bit more serious. But today I'm going with e-scooters because, it's a fact, guys, that traveling by an e-scooter has a higher carbon footprint than going by bus or moped. Praise be our Greta Thunberg.
Well, Adam, your turn.
Well, that's a little known fact.
Yes. And they're just litter. They're basically like industrial urban litter. You need docks for them.
Wow,
I am anti-e-scooter.
Hater on the
I am. I don't like them after going to Dallas and seeing them just thrown all over the place. It was like way too chaotic for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're not even a Law and Order type of guy.
I'm not. I don't even have like an OCD kind of. But it was just too. It was just too messy.
Okay, fair enough. Adam, any turkeys?
Adam,
what's that?
Who's your biggest turkey of the supply chain of the year?
Oh, biggest turkey? Detention time.
Oh yeah.
It just goes back to respecting them truckers, right? We gotta make sure that they get in and they get out. They have a set amount of time. They're not getting paid to wait in your yard. So it's important that we work together to make sure they're not waiting too long so they can get on to the next delivery. So get that detention time out of here. Shippers, make sure you treat those truckers right.
I couldn't agree more. I'm going to say that you're getting loose on that, trigger happy on that turkey. I would say that
was a different gaggle of turkeys.
Oh, I see. No wonder.
I noticed a different accent. That's true. Yeah.
While I am grateful for planes and being able to dance across the clouds and get to places really quickly, I'm disappointed in how much I've learned of of the emissions carbon footprint that planes leave behind. And that's also from Greta Thunberg. And apparently
Thunberg,
I'm doing a lot of damage with all my flying around. So,
like going to all these different events.
Yeah.
Well, you could have taken a van to FreightWaves Chicago. But you slipped out of that one.
Yeah.
Out of that greasy spoon.
You could Forrest Gump it. You could just go across country and become famous. Forrest Gump run that bad boy.
Sometimes, I think the first time I put Chicago in there, though, you can put walking directions in Google Maps.
Yeah.
It was like 21 hours or something, or even longer. I forget.
Walk it?
It was like 2 days and 12 hours or something.
Right.
What's the longest you've ever walked, Adam?
Well, I would say probably about 4 hours at most, and then after that, I say give me a car. I'm done.
That sounds.
Yeah.
I give it easy.
That's legit. That's a legit.
I've done like 40,000 steps before.
Wow.
I'm not much of a runner.
Oh wow.
Hurts the knees too much.
I did one marathon in 2011, but it wasn't really. It was like it was a jog.
Did you put the sticker, the 26.1 or 26.2 sticker on the back of your car?
I did not.
We see a lot of those in Boston. A lot of those. A lot of marathonis. And then some people put like the half one. I saw a great sticker just the other day. It was 0.0. Someone put on the back of their car.
Respect.
I did 1.8, gave up halfway through, got McDonald's.
Did you
That's
really?
What my sticker said.
Did you ever hear of
I should though.
There was a lady who won the Boston Marathon. This must have been like the 1970s. She jumped on the green line, which is like our T system over there, and she took it to the end and then snuck into the group of runners and went through. It's one of the reasons they have all that bib technology. And
she got away with it, huh?
They found out pretty quickly. Found out pretty quick. Okay. She didn't get to keep it. So, Adam, how do people reach out? We've got our friend Brad Ganane waiting for us right outside the door here.
Oh, how do they reach out to me?
Yeah.
Well, you can find out more about us at Cerasis.com and always hit me up on Twitter where we have the most lively mashups of supply chain and logistics conversations that occur, I'm over there at Adam Robinson, C as in Cerasis, DM as Director of Marketing. So
nice.
Come and join
not
in on
Dungeon
the
Master?
Nice Twitter conversation.
Not Dungeon
What's
Master?
that?
Not Dungeon Master?
Oh, no, not yet. That's my, that's what it originally stood for, but conveniently I got a job at Cerasis as Director of Marketing, so I was able to hide my other profile. Yeah.
All right, well, if you follow him on Twitter, maybe he'll make fun of your hummus and then end up on your podcast a few hours later. Adam,
I always make it on your podcast.
Have a great Thanksgiving, man.
Thanks, Adam.
You too, guys. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Take care.
All right,
Hey,
now
Brady G.
we got to find out.
On the Radar, presented by SONAR.
Hey, Brad Ganane. Usually you're in here trying to take this man down in earnings over under, but not today. Today's not that day. Today's the day you talk about Sonar 5.0.
Woo! I thought we were here for earnings over under.
Not this time.
Sorry. Yeah, I know you want revenge.
I really do want a rematch.
Yeah.
Are you struggling with those headphones?
Someone had a really small.
Now that you've got your cans set up, all should be well. What is happening? What is trending on the radar?
What's on the radar? We're seeing some crazy weather right now.
Is the weather outside frightful?
It is quite frightful. And honestly, it's quite frightful here, too.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be nice. And Chattanooga moved
pretty
down.
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. It was cold this morning.
50-ish.
No, it was cold. I rode the Vespa in, too. Yeah, and it was like, my nose is starting to freeze, man. Jack Frost was nipping.
It was.
You've had 2 pairs of gloves this whole time?
He's nipping something fierce, man.
But no, yeah, we've got some crazy weather. I mean, I think this week. You've got end of the month on Saturday, and you've got Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday. It kind of messes up your week from a scheduling planning standpoint. You know, reefers are in high demand right now with it being a bit colder out there. So seeing a little bit of activity, nothing to compare to our crazy 2018, but seeing a little volatility, little activity in the markets there and out west and in the Midwest.
So what's our yoy looking like?
What's our yoy? Our yoy is, I mean, it depends who you are. I think if you own assets, it's probably not looking quite as good as it was this time last year. Okay. If you're shipping goods and you're paying for transportation, you're probably quite happy. Yoy over yoy. yoy.
You know that Chinese maritime imports, right? So a little bit of retail here, a lot of toys coming in. They're down 13%, yoy.
They are, and we've seen that shift from, if you look at LA, we've seen a lot of freight. If you look at the year over year, the yoy, I'm going to start using the yoy.
Yeah.
If you look at what's going on into the East Coast, we've kind of shifted, the network a little bit. I think 15+% down on the West Coast there, and you see places like New York City, Newark, Savannah, those markets having a lot more volume come in there. So if you're operating in those areas, you're probably quite happy if you have trucks. But still plentiful capacity. Actually saw a brief uptick in our net Class 8 truck order sales, which I thought was interesting. It's been
people getting those for Christmas.
Yeah, I ordered a few for Christmas.
Yeah. Did you get a deposit on the Cybertruck?
Did I? No,
have you?
I did.
Oh, okay. No. I'm the only one here who's done that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm going to be the only one driving it. 200,000 people pre-order them, but then I'll be the only one to consummate
they're all going to cancel
the buy, and then everyone will laugh.
Are you taking the over or the under on whether he's going to follow through?
I'm saving up. I'm saving up for it.
Taking the under.
Why? Well, I'm saving up.
I'm not. I don't know.
I am saving up for it. Right. I started immediately. I started an account to save up for. My lease is up in 2021.
Okay.
I think it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I was watching test drive videos on YouTube, and it looks way cooler, and people were like, "Yeah, it looks better in person." I mean, it didn't have much further to go down, right?
Are you going to get a black one or a gold one?
I support it.
Black.
Yeah.
Oh,
I support it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I support it. We'll just see.
We'll just see what happens.
There'll be even more superchargers out by then.
Yeah, that's battery technology.
Yeah, who knows what'll be out by then.
But what do you do when it's really cold outside, but you've only got a vest on? What about your arms?
It's actually really weird. It took me a long time to adopt the vest.
Yeah.
I was like, that doesn't make sense. Your arms are going to be cold, but
yeah.
Weirdly keeps you warm.
It's like shorts for your torso.
I know.
It weirdly keeps you warm, and you wouldn't.
I'm trying to join the vest club too. I wear one every now and then.
It's nice.
I don't think I have the puffy action enough going on.
No.
Oh, you had a woolly one.
You have to zip it too. In order, you got to zip it.
I'm not in the cool kids club yet.
At what point do we get FreightWaves vests? Because there's a lot of vesties here.
I've seen a few floating around. Have you seen them?
Craig gets his embroidered.
I know. And
yeah.
He actually, I don't know if he's listening. He said I could have one. He hasn't delivered on yet. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go check with him on that.
He might have just forgot. He usually keeps his
He's
word.
a pretty busy man.
Yeah.
He's a pretty busy man.
Just catch him at the right time. Just like not in the middle when he's talking to someone
Exactly,
else. Like,
exactly.
where's my vest?
Exactly. But no, they're making their rounds.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do with Sonar when you're looking around, you're dinking around, you're looking for like changes? What's kind of your go-to?
My go-to, and I think the coolest thing that we just launched in Sonar 5.0 is called SAM. It's the Sonar Alert Management.
Whoa, okay.
And you can just set up these nice little, kind of like, if you receive a newsletter or you receive, you set up Google Alerts, right?
Yeah.
Set up Google Alerts to see what's going on with FreightWaves or whatever you're interested in the industry. Shoot you an email. So that's what I do. See, 5-10% change in a market, just enter in a bunch of markets. So each morning I get a little email that says, hey, look at these markets or something.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's really nice.
Which markets do you keep an eye on?
I mean, because I'm no longer, have a dog in the fight, if you will. I just pick random ones.
Yeah.
Just the biggest ones like LA, Chicago, Dallas, Atlanta. If there's some volatility happening there, it tends to kind of spill over in the surrounding markets. So like to see those big markets first and what's going on there.
Know what else is in their 3D maps? What can the people out there do with the 3D map?
The 3D map. I think that's awesome because
you don't need glasses, right? That's the good thing. Because that's like the failure.
Can you play video games with it now?
You can play video games.
I've always felt like that, but
I can do whatever you want with it.
Let's tell the truth here. AR and 3D goggles and all those things. It's not really going to take off so they can put it in like contacts or they can figure out a way to project you because no one's going to it's just too much of a pain to put on some weird headset all the time and carry it around with you unless they make it I don't know. They embed it in your sunglasses.
I don't. Or my contacts.
Yeah. Those are your contacts. I think that'd be pretty.
That would work.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. But now we have 3D maps without needing 3D glasses.
Well, it's really nice, right? Because if you're a more visual learner, if you will, and like to see things in that way, you can now view multiple data sets at once, which is really nice. You used to have to view that via a chart and kind of cross compare them and look at different y-axes and this, that, the other. But now you can view them both on the same chart. They're color coded. They're 3D. They look awesome, but they're also really helpful and really usable.
I like looking at the way it kind of gathers all the headlines to get the related supply chain logistics headlines. I dig that.
Yeah, and that's something that we've done with the maps as well. Is we've created these custom dashboards that are really just 1-2 click, trying to reduce the clicks for our users. So you go in, click, populate auto dashboard with a bunch of different data sets, charts, with a widget, watch list, and you can just click on each market and it auto populates for you.
Widgets and
I'm starting to talk a lot with my hands.
Sometimes
I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be with a bunch of Italians.
Once in a while, Chad will do this thing where he looks at the camera and he's like, and he just smiles.
He's got one person that he always is just looking for affirmation.
He breaks the fourth wall. He loves to break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Brad, what's your favorite thing to eat at Thanksgiving, by the way?
Ooh, I like a nice turkey.
Yeah.
And mashed potato mix, kind of like a casserole leftover. I actually like the leftovers better.
Yeah. Oh, is that you can make a turkey call?
Oh, I don't know.
They're pretty vicious. There are in Massachusetts, they're the state bird there, and sometimes they'll encircle your car, and you and even when you move forward, they won't let you run them over, but they'll have an outline, like how you would chalk outline of a dead body, and they'll wait for you to get out, and they can wait a long time. Also, did you know that turkeys sleep in trees?
Yeah, they
sleep in the freaking
I did
tree.
not.
They do.
I did not know that.
Very strange.
Did you know that Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the emblem of the United States and not the eagle? Because the eagle is a carrion eater, right? He wanted it to be the turkey because the turkey's intelligent and
no, they're not that intelligent.
Well, that's what he argued.
Okay.
And loyal and
I would like to know his confirmation. Like how he decided.
He really did.
Hey,
now, what are you thankful for? One thing before you leave.
Oh yeah.
What am I thankful
in the
for?
supply chain?
In the supply
or in
chain?
life?
Yeah, either way.
In life.
You can get,
of course.
You can
thankful for my future wife.
Oh, you getting married soon?
Next September.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, when did you? Is that? Does she know?
Out, shout out.
She doesn't know. Hopefully she's watching.
Yeah.
That's what Chad was looking at. He was saying.
Oh, it's time. That was the signal. All right, man. Brad, thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
All right, Brady G. Hey, you got out of here without losing this time. Good job.
All right, Mike, come and join us. The greatest game ever played was on Wednesday.
On a Wednesday in Cleveland.
What does that mean?
So that's a reference. You know?
Yeah, when they won the championship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, the second greatest game is going to be played right now, and it's called Market Expert Trivia. Yeah, Market Expert Trivia. Yeah, Market Expert Trivia. Yeah, yeah. Now we have another game. What is this one called?
Oh.
Here come our market experts to play Market Expert Trivia.
Boom. All right, man.
We've got Mike B. Can you pronounce
Just
your name
introduce
first,
yourself,
Mike?
It's
too.
Bowden Distal.
Bowden Didstall. That's not so hard, is it? Mike Bowden Stitzel, great to have you on. Your inaugural debut.
Yeah, I think this is the first time you've been on radio.
Yes, I've been on
Of what
radio,
intro?
and I was on the Good Quarter Guys podcast.
Oh, okay. Wow, they got the scoop on you.
Yeah.
You were not playing
man.
around.
We thought, okay, so this is your
Stitzel.
buzzer.
Okay.
This is my buzzer. You got to keep your hand here, and
Practice.
you got to wait until he's done reading the question because this is also for the
So
audience.
this is how he slows his competition.
Okay.
No, it's I'm lightning
Right.
fast.
Let's see it.
Okay.
Let's see how quick you are. Ready? See, he just really beat
I have even further to go.
Oh,
Look at
okay.
that. I have even more
So
distance.
get close. Okay.
I'm at a disadvantage.
So we're gonna play Market Expert Black Trivia Black Friday edition. You know,
All right.
Black Friday falls
Yeah.
on November 29th, the biggest shopping event of the year for U.S. consumers, where they're looking for bargain price tags placed on countless items. We only got 5 questions here. Each one is just three choices. So number 1, the day after Thanksgiving has been regarded as the beginning of America's Christmas shopping season since what year?
Oh, you have to give the options. I didn't know it was multiple choice.
Although the term
Okay.
the term Black Friday did not become more widely used until recent decades, but what was the very first year that Black Friday was a official shopping season? Was it A, 1952, B, 1972, or C, 1992?
1992.
Incorrect.
What?
I'll say 1952.
That is correct.
Nobody
Ding, ding,
ever
ding,
talked
ding,
about. I
ding.
remember being
Yeah.
a kid. Nobody talked about Black Friday until the 90s.
As I said, it became more widely used later as a term, but it did begin. And you know how I know?
What?
Wikipedia.
I'm just.
All right, number 2.
I can test that. I throw turkeys on that one.
All right. Good job, Budenstitzel.
Thank you.
Number 2, the tariffs are supposed to have a big impact on the holiday shopping season. A, this year. B, next year, 2020. C, 2 years from now, 2021.
Next year.
You were early. What do you think?
He was doing a hover. He was doing
This
a hover.
year. Actually, I would have said last year if that would have been a choice, but I'll say this year.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
It is correct.
Woo, I
It
even
is
gave the
supposed to be
answer.
next year.
Yeah, now we're tied.
All right, 1-1.
right.
Question
All right.
number 3. Don't blame me.
All right, I will try not to. I'll try and wait till you're done.
Okay. According to a survey of 203 U.S. retail executives from Google Cloud and Harris Poll, respondents have been preparing for Black Friday and Cyber Monday in many ways. Popular actions include A, increasing cloud capacity, B, improving their reverse logistics operations, or C, deciding the best parties to attend after all their sales.
1. Hey.
A is correct.
Yeah.
Increasing cloud capacity.
Yeah, because
Oh.
all that traffic, right? That internet traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, very few, as we may have known if you had watched it off the supply chain, are actually preparing their reverse logistics.
The holiday of
operation.
reverse logistics is Boxing Day in Canada.
Yeah, I was going to say. It was after the holiday. It'd be reverse
Boxing Day?
logistics.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry, that wasn't an option. Let's see. Number 4. When respondents were asked how they'll measure Black Friday and Cyber Monday outcomes, 55% pointed to traffic growth, just below the traditional sales volume metric, 60%. How many pointed to customer satisfaction? A, 34%, B, 54%, or C, 74%? Yes, do it.
A.
Incorrect. For what?
I'll say 54%.
That is correct. Wow, very
All right,
nice.
it's tied now.
It is 2-2. So here is the tiebreaker.
Okay.
Robots are on the rise this holiday season.
Yeah, baby.
The most popular robots right now are A, the Jetsons Rosie the Robot replicants, B, surgical robots, or C, autonomous driver robots. Yes, Dooner.
Autonomous driver robots?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Budenstitzel.
I'll say surgical robot.
That is correct. They are the most popular robots right now. Yeah, very nice, very
Right.
impressive.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, nice win. Nice win. What are you going to do for Thanksgiving now that you have this win under your belt?
Well, going to Chicago.
Oh, okay. Is that where you're from?
Yeah, we're from Chicago. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, so you were going anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, not just on account of winning. He's like, I'm going to Chicago now.
all right. Well,
Shot at
very
FreightWaves
nice
Left.
job. I mean, that was probably a tough one, that last one. I prefer to have a Jetsy.
I was expecting warehouse
robot.
robots to be in there somewhere. I was a little.
They're being used. There are stories about them, but not as popular as those surgical ones. Very nice. He is a tough competition. How do they find you and learn more about you as a market expert here at FreightWaves, Mike?
Go to FreightWaves.com and post my stuff on Daily Watch every day on SONAR.
Well,
Perfect.
fantastic. You deserve to come back and defend your title.
Hey, what's one thing someone out there could action in SONAR right now, which they'd look up? What's something that caught your attention recently?
Yeah, so this morning I was talking about the used truck prices and sort of the used truck prices for Class 8 trucks. They've sort of ranged between $35,000 and $55,000 the last few years, and they just sort of went below $40,000. So they're right there at $39,000 and change. So right near the low end of the historical range. So it's a buyer's market for used trucks. You can go on SONAR and see that, though I'm not expecting that to really recover here soon because there's a lot of supply coming in the market still.
Cool.
Oh, boy.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. So there you go.
Nice.
Look, if you're in the market for a used truck for Christmas, go get one.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
That's a good yoy
Now we got to
value.
bring Emily Szink in here for a little segment we like to call Big Deal, Little Deal.
Bring her on.
Big deal.
Little deal. Big deal.
We got some interesting ones today, too. Here we go.
Come on in, big deal.
Here comes Emily Szink. She was busy downloading the FreightWaves TV app on Apple TV.
You'll have to excuse me.
Amazon Fire, Roku, and all of your favorite
Okay,
devices.
you know how Brad complained about somebody with a little head? That was me.
Oh,
He has a
geez.
very
Like
big
Rick.
head.
Yeah. I guess it's all perspective, right?
I
Yeah.
guess. Maybe
Chad,
he's
by
got
the
a bigger
way,
brain
it is not true that your head does not grow any bigger from
when you're a
infancy.
baby.
It's not true.
No, your
grows-
eyes don't.
It grows a little.
Couldn't you just look at? There was a baby in
Look
here.
at a baby's
and just look at his head.
They grow, but they don't grow as much in proportion to the rest of the body.
Your head gets like twice as big.
No, it doesn't.
Give me a break.
No, I am here to tell
It was
you.
right in front of you.
I know it was. Anyway.
Oh, it's Mr. John Bose.
Yeah, speaking of big head.
Yeah, he's a big deal. Oh, I was going to say big deal. Jeez.
I'm going to tell Bose you said that.
Oh, he's got a
So-
huge head.
Who won?
Maybe
Who
he's got
won?
a small head.
Gotta
Okay, like
You
a-
go first this
I
time.
have like a 7.5. That's a pretty big melon.
I'm 7 3/8.
I've never measured
That's not as
my
big.
head. Maybe I'll do that this
Yeah,
weekend.
because 7 4/8 would be 7.5.
Oh, good. That's
That's
true.
math.
Your fractions are right on.
Yeah.
You too. Got to keep you online. So who won last
Online.
time?
You're online.
In line.
Hey.
In line.
Oh.
Who won last
I
time?
won, so he can go. By all means,
Okay.
go ahead.
He's just
You're
trying to
such
steal
a
my answer.
gentleman. Okay, so FedEx says it plans to move a record 33 million packages around the world on Cyber Monday. That's more than double its daily business.
Double trouble.
Double trouble, big deal, little deal, Dooner.
It's a pretty big deal, I guess. The Cyber Monday's growing, right? It's like a fake thing, like Prime Day that they made up. It was a natural extension of retail. I think what was smart about Cyber Monday, if you think about it, is that we're always trying to talk about getting foot traffic in stores. So they naturally, instead of making it like as a pre-Black Friday sale, they've made it afterwards. But if you've noticed, a lot of people are have already started Black Friday sales over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. The mall was packed. I was at the
Yeah.
mall. I should not have
Are
done
you
that.
kidding me? That is a tiny deal. It's a micro deal. I mean, it's like, it's the biggest day of all the sales and it's only going to be 30. So just double? I mean, come on.
how many-
It should be a lot bigger.
But think
and
about-
I mean, there was like 133 million just of UPS returned alone on December 19th last year. And I think 30 million on January 3rd.
His
He's
research,
on his
Jump change.
He's on
his
his
research from off the supply chain.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's on his reverse logistics kick right now. That's
Jump change.
somebody got to study a bit.
Oh, boy, we're wrong
Okay.
on that one.
So big deal for you, little deal for you. Chad, Mexico unveils its first highway paved with recycled plastic. The more than $2.5 million stretch of highway can be found
miles.
in central
I think it's miles, not
Mexico.
dollars.
What did I say? Did I say dollars?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was 2.5
Yeah.
pesos.
How much did it cost?
Just already demonstrating with the Freudian slip that this is a little deal. I mean, it's 2.5 miles in central Mexico. Come on, are you with me, viewers? This is tiny. This is, I mean, hey, look, I like the experiment, and I guess that's about all you could say and why it's a big deal.
But you said it was a little deal.
It is a little deal.
Well, it's going to be a big deal if it melts. It's plastic and it's in Mexico and it gets hot over there. So what happens then? Everyone just there's a traffic jam because the road melted. That's a first.
That would.
No, you know what? It is a big deal because if you start making recycled plastic a material that people can use for another purpose, you're going to recycle more stuff.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
let's
recycling,
make a whole highway out of it.
A lot of recycling that goes on. Well, I think that you have to have like a proof of concept first.
So it's a little deal.
No, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You know what happens in a lot of recycling things too? The stuff just gets thrown in with the regular stuff. It's like a complete sham. They did a whole expose on it in Boston.
Oh, that it's not even really plastic?
No, they just take it and throw it with the regular trash anyway, all the recycling.
Oh yeah.
So really, you're not
like
doing
a show.
that great of a job
I know.
when you put it in your blue
It's
container.
just like the bread and circus.
Which is what I do.
Yeah.
And I pay $300 a month for that.
I'd ask for my money back.
I mean, a year. Not a month.
Well.
Okay, Dooner. The International Federation of Robotics predicts that the global market for warehouse and logistics robots will nearly quadruple to more than $22 billion by the year 2022. That's up from just $6 billion this year. Is that a big deal or a little deal?
That's a pretty big deal because that's a lot of people who are probably going to get displaced by warehouse robots and are going to have to look for other jobs in other industries, which will probably drive down rates because there'll be a ton of workers looking in those different categories. So, yeah, it's a pretty big deal, and it calls into question things like minimum wage and stuff. I mean, at a certain point, when automation and robotics take too many jobs away from people, those people are going to need something to do or some sort of care. I'm not talking about like total socialism or something, but like it is a problem that's going to occur, and the sooner we start thinking about it, probably the better off we'll be.
Yeah, it's a very big deal. Very big deal for what he said. And, it's a giant jump. It's transforming an industry. The robots are coming to take your job. You should be afraid. And it's scary. It's a big deal. For a while, they'll integrate with the humans. But
before they kill us all.
But when will we know the difference between the replicants and the originals?
Guess what? China just had their first robotic news anchor.
Oh.
So I could be replaced, too.
Like Simone. You ever see that movie with Al Pacino?
No, you're a big deal. They can't replace a big deal.
Thanks, Chad. Thank you. Just buttering me up over here. Well, the first cargo-carrying robot, speaking of robots, marketed to consumers is on sale this holiday season. But people, are they really willing to have a robot follow them around? That's what it does. It just follows you like a little puppy dog. Big deal, little deal.
I would find it an annoying deal.
Oh.
I'm an older brother, so I had a little brother, and he followed me around everywhere, and I couldn't ever get space, and so I think that's run over into my appreciation for dogs. Like they follow me around everywhere, and I'm just could you just give me a little space?
But you're their master.
So I'm gonna say, little deal.
Little deal. What do you think, Dooner?
Annoying deal.
He obviously has never really lived in a city or a metropolitan area where you don't have a car. I used to have to walk to the grocery store all the time, and your bags are ripping apart. You got toilet paper under one arm, and you have frozen pizza hanging out of your mouth. So this robot, you can put stuff in
your mouth.
Well, the box.
Yeah, okay.
And I always do it when I go shopping too. I get a basket instead of a cart, but then I end up I leave when I just can't carry anything more humanly possible, and then I have to ride home on that scooter, and I'm hanging from the handlebars. Yeah, it's a little amusing. I think it's cool. The only problem is, if you saw it, it doesn't really hold that much.
No, it's little. It's like 2 bags of lettuce.
It's a little deal.
It wasn't helpful. You could put maybe
right.
2 bottles of wine in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't hold a lot.
I can hold my wine.
I think it's cool. I think that
if you're a
it's
city
pretty
slicker,
cool.
it's pretty cool.
It's $3,600. I don't know if it's worth it yet, but you got to get those people to buy it in early on. And if they make it bigger, I mean. It needs to be twice the size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of buying in early on, Dooner, you bought in on this one. Elon Musk said Tesla has already received 200,000 pre-orders for the new Cybertruck. Is this a big deal or a little deal?
No, it's a little deal. It's a little deal, and I'll tell you what. Because it's only $100 and it's a refundable deposit, and you were even hearing people at the event on YouTube, and they're like, well, I'm just going to put down a deposit just in case I want it. And, the market reacted. Tesla was up today. They were down 6% on news of the Cybertruck, but then it turned out that people are actually warming up, and there is a category for it.
Apparently for that very reason, it's a big deal.
I think I'm going to get it. I'm already saving up. I already have $8.
You got a fund?
I have a fund going because I have 2 years, right?
Yeah, you could do it.
But you know what? Here's what the big deal is.
Okay.
Here's the one big deal. If they really do consummate these 200,000 orders, Tesla sold 100, and I think they sold 226,000 cars last
Total?
year.
Yeah.
And when the 3 came out, there were a lot of production trouble. So I think that there's going to be a lot of trouble doing the deliverables on these. So you're going to have a lot of angry customers because less people are going to be able to get them than have them. And then you're going to have a lot of outrage on the internet and cyber. And people are going to walk around throwing shot puts at the Cybertruck window.
And
you might. I think it's a really pretty big deal, especially in terms of, obviously, Tesla still has a lot of cachet, because if all you have to do is get out on a stage and present your cool new toy and throw a couple of things at it and watch the glass break, and you break the internet and you get in a few days, $200,100 deposits alone right there. Big deal. People must still really be believing in Tesla.
Yeah.
They are breaking ground.
The price is attractive. I mean, the price.
You went from
40,000 to 70,000.
You went from hatred to love.
Because the more I looked at it,
short
it's just interesting. It's a very interesting looking vehicle. And I'm married. If I was single, I might not, because I don't know. I mean, if a guy came and picked you up in Cybertruck, would you be like, what's going on here?
I mean, like,
he must be
Where's my
really cool,
spacesuit?
really into supply chain, or
see, there's either two ways to go. It's either like you do, you're very intrigued by it, or this guy is just
like a real weirdo.
It's like, remember when the Hummers came out?
Yes,
it was like
I still judge people who drive Hummers.
I do too.
I
That's
judge
different though, because a lot of times it's really short guys too, and like it's like they need a step ladder even to get to that little step to get on.
Yeah,
smell like a lot of cologne. Just
stop.
You know when people wear like a lot of cologne
nightmare.
and it gets in your tongue, like, and then like your like cough drop in your mouth and it sort of tastes like you have like a cologne cough drop because of the person you're in the elevator with.
Sounds like you had a bad experience.
I did.
Okay, this one's really funny. I love this one. So you've heard of autonomous cars. Well, here's one for the lab. The black lab, that is. That's right. A dog drove around in circles for over an hour in a Florida cul-de-sac after its owner left it alone in the car with the keys in the ignition.
That's a big deal. How did the dog know how to accelerate and keep it going in perpetuity? Over and over an hour, very big deal. Way to go, dog. There's hope for all of you all. Maybe we should get some driving dogs out there,
It's like Tonstas, the driving cat. Who is that one? Like Saturday Night, the driving cat. The GIF out there. If you type in driving cat, there's a driving cat. Not the cat that gets yelled at.
Not the the lady yelling at that
cats are
cat.
cool and funnier on social media than dogs, but that's an amazing.
Well, dogs are cool. The dogs are like, they're always doing like cool things, like giving like high fives or sliding. Like I saw one who was like sledding down a really big hill on his back.
There's a one that skateboards at me and Jonathan's complex.
Wait, there's
really
actually skateboards?
Uh-huh.
Wow,
it's a pug.
That's impressive.
The Bronx Zoo, there used to be a turtle that skateboarded because it lost one of its legs. A tortoise.
Dogs' enthusiasm is infectious. You've got to love
their excitement.
enthusiasm.
When I go home every lunch break and Annie's just wagging her little tail, I'm like, wow, thank God someone's excited to see me.
I mean, here's the thing though. I have a black lab mix, and they're very rambunctious dogs. Their tails can just knock things into place. So, I mean, you're just playing with fire by leaving your keys in the ignition.
Gosh,
What is with so many people just leaving their cars on and getting out of them and abandoning them? Not mentioning anything that may have happened here, but like this person did with their dog as well. They left the car running, and because they were lost apparently, and they went to go ask someone for directions. And the lady on the news was funny because she was like, I couldn't tell if it was because people around here can't drive very well, so I couldn't tell if it was like
Florida.
a local.
She blamed it on Florida. People can't drive. No,
but, I mean, just if you have a black lab, don't leave it alone.
I don't even leave my keys in the car, and sometimes I find at night it goes missing. But that's maybe a different story.
People also leave the keys above, like in the movie trope. Is
oh my gosh, it's so funny. So I worked in
in
small.
The steering, or in the,
when I worked in small town Rapid City, South Dakota, right outside of Mount Rushmore, every 5 minutes on the police scanner, I worked early morning. So it'd be like 3 to 5 a.m. You'd hear someone's car got stolen, but people would just like get in someone's car, drive it to their next destination, and just leave it. Oh. Because people just left their keys in their car because it was so stinking cold.
They'd get away with grand theft auto.
And they'd just leave the car like 2 miles away.
Wow.
But do not leave your keys in the car. It's so stupid. I had to do one too many news stories on that.
Okay, you heard it here.
Emily, what are you thankful for in the supply chain?
What am I thankful for in the supply chain? I would just say
FreightWaves TV.
Yeah. No, I mean, just everyone out on the roads driving. So when Jonathan, one of our videographers got a dog, and so it was really thick fog.
Has it
when
driven
we were
his car yet?
Well, yes, it was in his car. No, it did not take his car. But we were driving back, and there was a major accident. There was huge fog, and there was a semi had it jackknifed. And it's just one of those things. The weather's starting to get really bad. People saw it when we were driving up to Chicago with the snow. And I mean, these drivers have to drive in the worst conditions, and they're still bringing our stuff to us as consumers every day. So I'm thankful for that.
Yes,
I'm really thankful for that.
Me too.
We're thankful for you, the listeners, everybody out there. Have a great holiday season. If you're driving the car, follow Freightcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, everywhere podcasts are heard around the world. You get every single FreightWaves podcast, like Great Quarter Guys. Mike Budenstyle was in here. He was on Great Quarter Guys before he came on the show.
That's how you say his last name?
I'm thankful.
I think so. I hope so. I just went with it.
It's Budenstitzel, yes. And just like Schnitzel on...
is that your like pneumatic remembrance?
Budenstitzel.
That's
you know
good.
what else I'm thankful for?
What?
Plant-based food.
Like pork?
I'm thankful for geolocation.
Oh,
yeah.
so you can track people?
It just really helps life. Geolocation.
I'm thankful for the people who connect on LinkedIn and Twitter. You can find her at Emily Szink.
I'm thankful that tryptophan doesn't really make you tired.
That's just a rumor? That's
rumor?
At Chad Brivos to learn more about tryptophan or fake facts from Chad Brivos. Baby's head's not growing. Follow me at Timothy Dooner. That's D-O-O-N-E-R.
They're facts.
Little cowbell for everybody out there who's driving out there. I know there's going to be some bad weather, especially in the middle of the country, so be careful and make sure that you're listening to What the Drive! Now eat all that pumpkin pie hummus! Eat all that pumpkin pie!
No, get away from it. Get away. Be careful.
What is going on?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Good time.
That was supposed to be the turkeys. Where are they? Hey,
it worked. It worked.
Maybe this can't move. It just... There we go. All right, have a great Thanksgiving.